Hi everyone, welcome to your last week of distance learning, at least with new assignments. We are going to be wrapping up Africa this week, really looking at Africa's road to democracy. You'll be doing part one today, and then Wednesday will be assigned part two, which will wrap things up. Um, Really, what this will be doing is looking at how Africa has changed, um, just in general. There will be countries that you look at that may not be countries we've looked at before, but just to basically get the general understanding of what does Africa look like today, what challenges do they have as far as achieving democracy. Okay, so there is an activity. It's going to be posted on assignments, which will shortly appear after this video. Don't mind the cattail here. The assignment itself has all the links embedded into it that you would need, and they are all good. I have checked them. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. So this is part one. It's one page, and like I said, part two will be given to you on Wednesday. So your first question is, what is a democracy? What characterizes a democratic government? You're going to use that link below to try and figure that out. And I don't know where my cursor is for this. Ooh, here it is. Okay, so you can kind of take a look through that to try and think up your thoughts. Really, we've discussed this. What makes a country a democracy? Okay, I want you to come up with a statement. What determines it? Now, you have two different articles that you can read through. Why Democracy is Not Dead in Africa and Democracy in Africa, 5 Myths Explored. And you're going to basically be pulling out evidence for these three sections and filling out this chart. So the first is dealing with elections. You need evidence that democracy is spreading with regards to elections in Africa. And then some evidence that it's threatened, meaning it's not doing so well. So think of this column as like, this is evidence that they're succeeding. This is evidence that they're failing. Okay. Elections are dealing with electing officials. So voting, that's what you're looking for when it says elections. The next one is term limits. So when you elect a president in our country, there's a four-year term, and then you can have a limit of 2 terms, right? So term limits are actually one of those factors that we look at for democracy, because if you're a non-democratic country, then you're going to find that it's just one of those things that people who are abusing power quite frequently want to stay in power, and they take away the right for people to choose. Okay. Then the last one is the limits on government power and protection of citizens' rights. So you're looking for examples of improvement for government helping people as far as their rights are concerned, and then threatening. So what are some examples of the government taking away people's rights? And again, those two links will totally help you out here and be able to get you that information. Okay. Next, you're going to do some research on individual African countries. The first one, describe recent setbacks experienced by Rwanda in developing democratic governments. So this is your chance to take a look at a 2019 report. They do have 2020 reports, but it's just not that there's not that much data yet, where 2019 there's a lot of data. In this case, it's for Rwanda. So you've just talked about the genocide, you just talked about all those elements. Where are they today as far as democracy is concerned? What setbacks have they faced? Because they have. They've actually taken steps backwards as far as democracy is concerned. The second is to describe recent achievements. So these are good things made towards democracy in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria is not a country that we've talked about. Usually we do, but because of distance learning, we have to cut that out. But it's still not a bad idea to take a look at what is occurring in Nigeria. Now, the other thing that I'm going to show you is just a series of images that kind of describe democracy in Africa just in general. And this is, I'm going to post this up there. There's nothing that you have to do for this. It's more of if you want to take a look just to get general ideas. So how democracy is changing in Africa. If you notice, this is 2008, okay? Anything that's dark blue is not free. The yellow is partially free, so they might hold elections, but they might not be completely free. And then free is that green color where it's completely like considered democracy. You can take a look at 2019 countries where the status of democracy has changed. So as far as that's concerned, even though that was 12 years ago, okay, you can see that in that time period, very few has actually changed, and some of them have changed to not free, right? Where, like Mali and stuff, they were completely free and now they're partially free. So you can see that there's certainly some step backwards. This also shows information. This might also help you as far because it's talking about term limit extensions. You could probably use this as part of your chart. Okay. Corruption in Africa talks about some of the varying perceptions of corruption, how people feel about it. So I'll also post that for you to take a look at. It should help you, and it's kind of interesting. So as a reminder, this activity is due Wednesday by 8 a.m. I think Wednesday's activity is going to actually be due before next week. It'll probably be due Friday, just to get it out of the way. And then we have one additional week, but that week is just makeup. Okay, so I will be holding Zoom meetings 2 times this week, 9:30 a.m. on Wednesday and 9:30 a.m. on Friday. You can reach out to me then, and I will have next week as well, even though there won't be any assignments. You'll have the ability to reach out to me. Once you get this done, please, please, please work on going through PowerSchool and making up work. I have to warn you and encourage you once again. You need to email me when you submit something. There is absolutely no way for me to check without spending every minute of my time. And I can't do that. Not when it's as simple as, hey, Miss Yanisik, I finished this and I've sent it it's in Teams and sending me that email my way. That is the easiest. It is also the fastest because occasionally I do have the chance to check and I'll catch when students have turned in work. That's not always the case though. So you are responsible here. You need to go through PowerSchool. If you've completed something that shows it's a 0 in PowerSchool, it's not that I'm delayed on grading. I'm taking a look almost every day. I kind of avoid weekends lately, but during the week, I am checking every single day and making it as up to date as possible and making fixes. So if it says it's a 0, it's because I don't know that you've done it. Okay. So please check that, reach out to me. You've got 2 weeks. That's it. You can do it. We can all do it. It's been a rough run, but we're all making the best of it that we possibly can. Okay. Reach out if you have questions. I hope to see some of your faces at Zoom meetings. All right. Bye.